Hi, I'm Chris Sienko, and I would like you to join me in recognizing 4 outstanding women this evening. The Connecticut Sun do all they can to inspire on the court, and annually, we will begin to recognize women whose actions inspire off the court. Joanne Kasprzak, Chris Gullotta, and Dr. Linda Spoonstra-Schwartz have amazing stories to tell about how they unselfishly make a difference in the lives of those around them. All will receive $500 from the Connecticut Sun Foundation to donate to the charity of their choice. We will also honor our first recipient of the Margo Dydek Award, which shines a bright light on an individual who exemplifies the kind, sincere, giving, and positive spirit that was Margo. We are delighted to recognize Rebecca Lobo for her career as an athlete and broadcaster, as well as her work with her mother, Ruth Ann Lobo. Rebecca will receive $1,000 to donate to the charity of her choice. Let's watch together their stories and welcome them as the first recipients of the Women of Inspiration Awards. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joanne Kasprzak. We lost our daughter 9 years ago. Our daughter Mary had Down syndrome, and so she died at the age of 15. And my husband just needed to write about her life. So every day he would write something, and I would read it and tell him how wonderful it was and that this should be made into a book. We thought when she was born, we would be teaching her. But in actuality, she taught us. She was a very compassionate person. She was a caring, and she just taught us how to give of one another. I'm going to donate the money to the Lighthouse Vocational Educational Center. The director is Kathy Green. This organization is a wonderful organization which teaches special needs children and adults life skills. And our daughter Mary attended Lighthouse, and it's just a wonderful organization.
Hi, I'm Chris Gullotta. I have been working for 38 years at Glastonbury Youth and Family Services, running a program called Creative Experiences. We are right now in the BP Learn Admission in New London, Connecticut. And what we do in both places is we use the arts as an outreach for prevention programs for children. Creative Experiences was an idea that came to a couple of people right when I got out of college who thought, that one of the ways to make our agency more accessible to all kinds of children was to bring in kids who necessarily didn't have problems yet but would learn about the resources, and then if they got into trouble, which all adolescents eventually do, they would have a place to go for help. So all the kids, they're teachers, they're lawyers, they're social workers, they're great moms and dads. So I'm most proud of how they turn out, I guess, each and every one of them. Thank you for the award. It's going to help 2 really special organizations. One is right here at the BP Learn Admission. I'm going to be giving that money to the organization for field trips or to help support the theater program. And the other $250 will go to the Friends of Glastonbury Youth, which is an organization my husband and I started 38 years ago. It's a 501c that raises money and gets grants to support kids throughout the town of Glastonbury.
My name is Linda Schwartz, and I'm the Commissioner of Veterans Affairs for the state of Connecticut. And I am a veteran of the United States Air Force. I served during the Vietnam War as an Air Force flight nurse. And on a mission on a 141 like this, one of the hatches blew off, and that was the end of my Air Force career. I was a disabled American veteran and had to learn the ropes of how veterans get assistance from the VA. And in going through that process, I became a real vocal advocate because I am a nurse, and I felt that I could do something to help the other veterans. With the troops coming home today, there are so many challenges that you really don't know what they need, and so it's constantly taking their input to revamp programs or to start new ones. There is a shelter and a rehabilitation program for women veterans in Philadelphia area. It's called the Mary Walker House. The reason I've chosen them is because so many of them are struggling to get back into the game of life. And I thought, what better gift than to bring a message from the ladies of the Connecticut Sun to the ladies of Walker House, that they're known and they're cared about, and they're helping them get back in the game of life.
I'm Rebecca Lobo. I played for the Connecticut Sun in my last season in the WNBA in 2003. I'm now the mother of 4 and an analyst for ESPN. And my mom and I, years ago, started at the University of Connecticut, the Ruth Ann and Rebecca Lobo Scholarship in Allied Health and Nursing. My mom and I both had a lot of interaction with healthcare providers. With my mother, it was throughout her diagnosis of breast cancer and then her years of battling the disease. And with me, I battled 2 ACL tears and had a lot of experience with physical therapists, and just really we wanted to help people who wanted to go into those type of professions. And I'm Hispanic, believe it or not. My great-grandfather was Cuban, and we just know that people of color are underrepresented in those healthcare professions, and we want to help encourage them and support them financially. The donation that I'm getting as part of this award will go towards the Ruth Ann and Rebecca Lobo Scholarship in Allied Health at the University of Connecticut, and it is going to make a big impact. $1,000 goes a really long way for a young kid who is paying for their education. And I think Margo left everyone in awe who was ever around her, and she was the type of person who just left you smiling. She was a gentle giant. She inspired awe because of her size, but also because of her manner. She was such a caring person and a kind person, and I enjoyed competing against her on the court, and I really enjoyed getting to know her a little bit on the other side when I was a broadcaster. And so I'm really, really honored to be getting this award, to be getting an award named after Margo. I feel like I'm in pretty great company when I'm associated with her.